In this tutorial I will show how to create a custom object with collision to use in your mods. Okay, so basically let's start choosing a name for the model that we will insert in the game. Let's use as example test object. So what you need to do first is create an entry in one IDE file from the game to make possible to the game load the collisions and make the object collide with everything in the game. So what we will do first is choose one of the game files to insert the model in one.img file. I will insert in the beauty.img file, so I will edit the beauty.ide file. Here I will copy the first line of this text file, the IDE file, and I will change the name of the object here to the name of the object that I will create, in this case test object. Okay, now close and save, but first let me talk about this number here. This is the draw distance. We can increase this to have a bigger draw distance. Okay, let's save. Okay, now let's create a simple object as sample. Okay, let's create a basic shape here and sphere. The size is good. Now let's reduce the level of detail. Okay, that's good. Now you convert to mesh. You use games for to determine that this is a game object. Here I will insert the name test object that I set in the beauty.ide file, and I was sign. So now we have the model. Now let's set the material of this model. Let's select all faces and let's set some texture to choose model. Okay, let's correct the UV mapping. Okay, now let's reset the X form. Done. Basically this is the object. Now I will export the object. This is the file exported. Let's use open for to import. We need to import to beauty.img because we set in the beauty.ide the definition of the file. So here in the beauty image file I will import that custom model. Oh shit, I don't know why this happens. We need to reset the material. I don't know why this happens, but it happens. So let's export again. And import one more time. Okay, now we have our ball. If we spawn this object in game at this moment, we don't will have collisions. So now what we need to do is create a collision for this model. A simple way to make this is this way. Let's create a new sphere. And let's reduce the quality of the model. Okay, now let me just move to the side. Now I will use shadows to create a collision for this using this mesh. I will export WDR. Let's call temp call because it will be temporary. Now I will add that collision file to the game, and as you can see, here is the collision model, but the name here is incorrect, so I will export and then I will import using open formats. Okay, now I need to fix the pivot because it needs to be in the same pivot of the original drawable model, so I need to fix the pivot. So I come here, pivot, center to object. Now I need to reset the X-form again, and now I can use I can set the material. Press M, and here I will determine that is of the type OF for collision. Let's use a cool type here, metal, gas pipe flames. Let's make something more cool. I will assign to only some faces cheese material here, and to the other faces I will assign a different material. To have two different results in the game. Okay, material is set, the pivot is set. Now I can use Open formats to export the model, the collision model. I need to select the dummy here, and I can export. Now everything is okay. Let's import back. Oops, I did something wrong. Oh yes, I forgot to reset the name. Here we need to set the name of the object. This case is test object. Okay, now should work. Export again. Let's import again. Okay, now it's fine. Test object. One important thing is the type of the bound of the collision. I use the type geometry. This way the object will collide with ground and with car, with pet, with anything. Let's export again. Okay, now let's create a basic script to test this object in game. Let me reuse this script here. Here I am attaching the object to player because in some case the object start frozen, so we need to attach this object to something. Wait a little and then detach the object so it will behave as expected. Don't will be frozen on air. Now let's see in game if everything will work. Okay, so it's working. This is our small ball. Very big. Let me show. See? The materials are working. Some parts will result in flames, other parts will result in water. Very insane. Let's create a lot of balls. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's the big ball invasion. Let's kick those balls. Oh, motherfucker! Oh, too much mess. Oh. Impossible to move those shit. Let's make something crazier. Okay. Oh, fuck. This is a nice way to create very laggy. So, this is how you do this kind of thing you can create. You can create some nice models with some nice shape and custom collision, as you can see, with custom effects. This is very interesting and very useful for modding. So this is it, guys, how to create simple custom model that can be used in game with full collisions and everything. Okay, so this is it. See you guys in the next tutorial.